Hey everybody, happy Friday to you, happy weekend. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me today. Last Friday I shared part 2 of the Get Up and Go series, and I discussed 3 things that keep us from getting the freedom that we so desperately need, and I'm going to close this series out today with the good part, how we can be made whole. So let's go ahead and jump right in. The Cambridge Dictionary defines wholeness as the quality of being or feeling complete and not divided or damaged. It's the whole notion of nothing missing, nothing broken. And being broken, bound, and a prisoner of our past is not living at all. But how do we even get started on this journey to wholeness? And notice I said journey because it's a process. It can take a while, but Jesus decided that you were worth it. So he sacrificed his life so that you could live, and not just live, but live abundantly. John chapter 10, verses 9 through 10, the Amplified Version states, I am the door. Anyone who enters through me will be saved and will live forever, and will go in and out freely and find pasture, spiritual security. The thief comes only in order to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have and enjoy life and have it in abundance to the full till it overflows. When it comes to being made whole, I have 3 suggestions to get you started. Admission, acceptance, and action. The first one is admission. Acknowledge that you're broken and be specific about your areas of brokenness. Trauma and pain in our lives that we don't deal with will show up in different ways, and it could be low self-esteem, bitterness, unable to forgive yourself or other people, jealousy, resentment, grudges, hatred, and those are just a few. So being specific is crucial to your healing. Denial has never made anything better for any of us. It just keeps us in the grips of whatever we're bound to, and our situation will keep getting worse. The second one is acceptance, and thankfully God is merciful and he has given us countless opportunities, so it is imperative that we accept God's help. God asked the man at the pool if he wanted to be made whole. Now, God wasn't asking him a question that he couldn't do anything about, but the man at the pool had to accept God's offer, follow his instructions, even if he didn't understand how it was going to happen. We must accept responsibility. Even though it may not have been our fault, we get to decide if we're going to let that person or situation or our poor choices control our lives and determine our future. We also have to give up the ways in which our brokenness brought us comfort by having a victim's mentality, making excuses for our behavior, blaming someone else, or blaming God. Even though we've been broken in certain areas for a very long time, our healing will take place if we obey God and don't consider the circumstances or make excuses. Now, God is not offering you something that he doesn't have the power to carry out, so just do what he tells you and leave the how up to him. The third one is action. We have to get up. Wholeness in Christ is possible, but it requires your willingness, obedience, and participation. And trust me, you owe it to yourself to try something different. God desires to heal us, but we have to decide that we want it. We have been loyal to our pain for far too long. We have rehearsed what they did, what they said, even what we did to ourselves over and over again. And we become a prisoner of our past because we refuse to let it go. Did you know that low place you settled for was never intended for you? God is offering you a lifeline to freedom and wholeness because he knows who he created you to be, and he loves you too much to leave you where you are. Wholeness is a journey, and we walk it out by staying close to God, renewing our minds every day, changing the story that we tell ourselves, and even sometimes we have to change our environment. And I hope you begin to see yourself the way God sees you. And no matter how your story started, the ending can be oh so beautiful and fulfilling if you'll just trust him and get up. I know the divorce shattered your heart in a million pieces, but God is the mender of broken hearts. He gives beauty for ashes if you would just get up. I know you grew up in a dysfunctional and chaotic household and you should have been protected, but God promises that when your mother or your father forsake you, he will take care of you. Get up. I know the root cause of your unforgiveness and resentment is a direct result of childhood trauma, But Jesus wants you to cast all that on him because he cares for you. Get up. I know that you were in love with someone who promised to marry you, but they married someone else instead. It hurts. I get it. But you deserve so much more. Get up. I know that you're beating yourself up over that abortion, the infidelity, or the secret addictions that you have. But God will redeem you if you just get up. You may be getting up there in age and you feel that you have made too many mistakes, that your life is not going to get better and it's going to take too long to recover. But God will redeem the time and he will restore the years if you will just get up. I know you're determined to hold on to the pain that they've caused you until they apologize or until you make them pay. But let it go because God will be your vindicator. Get up. I know the thoughts, the flashbacks, the trauma, it plays over and over in your mind. It makes you feel unloved, unworthy, alone, confused, and even unsure if you want to live. But those thoughts, they're a lie. Christ loves you and he will always be there for you. Let him renew your mind. Get up. I know that you're looking around at those who have gotten up and you feel some type of way or you're jealous and envious of them. But God is no respecter of persons. He has a great plan just for you if you will get up. I know that you thought your marriage would last forever and you can't imagine life without him. The pain is unbearable and you feel like you can't go on. Trust me, I get it, but your identity is in Christ. Get up. I know you were abandoned, rejected, and abused, and you didn't deserve any of it. It's not your fault. God is fully acquainted with your pain and he longs to pour his love on you. Take your power back, my sis. Get up. I know you have many regrets and you feel the need to punish yourself, but God offers forgiveness. He will be merciful to you. Get up. I pray that you will get up and you will go and enjoy the amazing life that God has planned for you. Your healing may not be instant, but trust me, it will happen as you go. God is with you. He's holding your hand and he is guiding you every step of the way. You are his beloved daughter and he invites you to sit in his lap, cry a river if you must, empty out all of your pain, your shame, your guilt, and the heaviness that you may feel, because he wants to give you beauty for all that you have been through. And what your soul has been longing for is on the other side of your decision to get up. It is a life of love, joy, peace, and happiness beyond anything that you have ever imagined. So choose life, choose you. It's not going to be easy, but you are worth fighting for. So please, my sis, get up. Thank you so much for hanging with me today. I appreciate you for coming back time and time again. Please consider subscribing while you're here because it's my goal to build a community of women who encourage and empower each other as we all become everything that God had in mind. I'd love for you to join us. I will leave my social media platform information in the description of this video. And join me next Friday for a new lesson. I will be sharing 4 things that keep us from God's best, and I hope you will come back and join me. In the meantime, remember that you matter. In Christ, you are enough. You are never alone. And most importantly, you are eternally and unconditionally loved. And I will see you next time. Take care.